Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone, depending where you are. Welcome to our session, which is a special session today during Culture Cinema. It is focused on CTFB Days. And CTFB is the International Center for Films for Children and Young People. We have members that are global, and I think about 200 members who are part of CTFB. And I'm really, really excited to be chairing this panel with some esteemed CTFB members who hail from different parts of the world, and I will introduce them. But just to say to you that if you are interested to join CTFB, please look it up, www.ctfb.com. We are online and you can join us. Those of you who work in the children's industry, particularly media, films for children, this is a special space where we find each other, where we network, and we support each other. Most are film festivals, film producers, but a direct focus on children and children's media. So I want to welcome Carmen, who's all the way in Spain, Fahmidul, who's in Bangladesh, and Archana, who's in India. And unfortunately, Munir Parker could not join us. He's in South Africa, but it being Eid for him today, he was unable to be part of the panel. So we'd like to wish him well and his family. And I will talk a little bit about the work that he does. For the moment, what I would like to say, my name is Firdoze Bulbulia. I am an independent filmmaker, producer from South Africa, and I am the director of the Nelson Mandela Children's Film Festival. The Nelson Mandela Children's Film Festival started in 2018 as a direct result of Nelson Mandela's 100th birthday, which is the centenary. And we try to spotlight Nelson Mandela globally so that young people in particular can look at this icon and look at the values that he emanated and hopefully join us in building that kind of icon within themselves. Many of you may be aware that in South Africa in the recent past, we've had some looting and rioting that has taken place. So it would not be fair for me not to mention it, but really just to say that we hope to build better. We are 27 years into our democracy. Things have become quite strenuous and tense, particularly during the pandemic. And people have been feeling that they're overwhelmed, partly because of the politics in the country, also because of poverty. And I kept saying, it's really when poverty and politics collide. And we find that people, unfortunately, it is always the general population that falls between the cracks. So I thank you for joining us today and for being part of the session. And I would like to start with Carmen, if I may. I know that Carmen needs to share a screen, so we'll start with her directly. Carmen is from Spain, but she does amazing work in the rural communities within Spain and also work in Singapore. So I'm going to hand over to Carmen, who will give us a brief background of herself and the work that she does and share with us her screen so we can see that. Thank you, Carmen. Good morning. Good afternoon.
Good morning. Good morning. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for inviting me. Well, I start briefly with the beginning of my work. I'm an independent artist, also producer. I'm director of Clubexplor-Cine. Started in Singapore in 2004. Then from 2015, I switched in between Singapore and Spain. Then suddenly, 2019, pandemic, COVID-19, and then Singapore is closed until now. So I'm working mostly in Spain, in rural areas. So I will share my screen. Let's see. It's not working yet, huh?
No, I don't see it yet.
Because the owner have to accept.
It's enabled. It's screen sharing is enabled.
Is it enabled?
Yeah.
In my Windows say
Yes.
it's not available, the function.
Try again, please.
Yes, 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 we get in there.
Okay, now here we are. Well, as I say, everyone, we were confined during many months. So my colleagues and I started to share tutorials and workshop by internet, as everyone did in CFESH. We had 4 main sections. One is film history. It started with shadows and all the optical toys. And also we sent to the children a short cinema history from the first machines, first drawings, history of Lotte Renninger in Germany, then Méliès, Buster Keaton, Chaplin, and also King Snow White, Walt Disney, the first long feature, up to King Kong, and then until the 60s, with the, yes?
Are you showing us pictures? Because we can't see it. At the moment, we only see your screen.
Okay. So with this idea of the main sections, film history, then animation workshops with shadows using stop motion technique, the young people send us nice creations. I show you. Let me know if you can see it.
Okay. At the moment, we can't see anything. At the moment, we are just seeing your page with everything.
Okay. Wait, just a moment. Sorry.
Okay. Okay.
Start again.
Okay.
What about now?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. So from shadows workshops, we did through internet. Some children, they didn't have good connection or poor connection. I send them USB drivers to their home. Also, some of the children need some computer, and then they send us nice shadows animations.
Wow.
On the other side, just a moment, please. Sorry. One of the you are not watching anything, no?
No, nothing now.
Okay, I try again. Okay. Now?
Yes.
All right. So this was some of the young or children's work through shadows animation. Then we had another section called Loving and Caring for the Natural Environment. And for that one, we asked the children to observe nature looking through the window, or watch the CO BirdLife Association web cameras that they settle in several parts of the forest. I try to show you the web page, which is very nice. So they can watch birds from born until they are grown up. And then after watching these live cameras, they send us some very nice drawings. I show you. Just sorry, I'm.
That's okay. That's okay.
I'm trying to.
Yes.
Okay. So now I share again the screen. They send us nice drawings from that observation nature, and then some of them from the window. Others. This is a screenshot of the page. Nice, and then this is pine pine cones birds. Some of them did with the parents. We will try to use all of these characters for animation one day. So now what we are doing, because it's summertime, and is the fourth section, is study and analyze classic film movies. It's what we are doing now for young people from 15 years old and older, because we start late evening around 10 p.m. It's part of media education project. We watch classic American movies. This week is American movies, and we analyze and discuss everything from the script, the music, the characters, everything, and then the making of. And this is one of the sessions we are doing the whole summer until end of September. And it is nice in outside the area. It's a big patio. And then it's a big success also. So the children, they love nature observation, and the older one, this classic movies section. So the future is uncertain, but we are preparing a film festival project related with nature and sustainability, and we are trying to have European financial support. So let's see what happens. That is what we are doing during this difficult time. So anything you need, just let me know. Thank you.
Wow. That's absolutely amazing, really. Thank you, Carmen. I think to be able to be outside with the young people, particularly during this pandemic, is fantastic. And then I think what is amazing for me is the history that you're going through the whole process. Because I think what happens, and particularly for me in South Africa, is that our children don't have media literacy and they don't have the big picture. So for us to go back to tell them that whole story, I don't think any of us have even started to do. So thank you so much. That's really inspiring. And I'm definitely coming to you to learn a little bit and share it with our children. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Carmen. I'd like to call Fahmid now. You're all the way from Bangladesh. I know that some people might be celebrating Eid, but if you are celebrating tomorrow, Eid Mubarak. I think we know each other for many, many, many years, Fahmid.
Yeah.
Decades that we have known each other. I want to thank you for the work that you do, and particularly that you shine a spotlight on in Bangladesh, considering how challenging that might be. So please share with us a little bit about yourself and the work that you are doing. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you everyone for joining. I have been working in a television for a long time, till 1999. And I have established in Children Television Foundation, which is a NGO in fact, but only focus on media and children. And in Bangladesh, I am the only institute who is working on children and media. And in my field, I have been working with UNICEF and World Bank and government and all these places. And overall, I introduced 1 Minute Junior, 1 minute film in Bangladesh. And at the same time, I had a 5 film festival, 1 Minute Junior Film Festival. And after that, I started working with Free Press Unlimited, and we create Kanestara for children news. We work on children news, in fact. And after that, nowadays, I am working as a consultant with the Education Ministry. I am preparing for a 26 episode reality show for television. Last year, not last year, in 2019, we have started Bangabandhu Mukti Juddho Ke Jani. father of the nation and the liberation war. The children has to make a film. Duration was 15 to 20 minutes, and it was almost 1 lakh from all over the Bangladesh, and we collected all the films. Now we are preparing a website to put all the films in a website, and after that we will go for a 26 episode film reality show, TV reality show. And yeah, it is very challenging in Bangladesh because people loves to see their faces in television, but at the same time everybody is talking about the children is our next generation, children is our future, but nobody comes to support you. And overall it's really tough to work for the children, because it's all about business though, but at the same time uh, we need some commitment, we need some CSR and all these things, so that we can incorporate children's programming in television, because we have running 33 television right now in Bangladesh. And these 33 television channels do not have any children content at all. So as I am talking about the business, some televisions are running some Indian cartoon series, and with the sponsors, you know, in a back end there is a lot of issues are there. So I found two or three Indian animations are running in Bangladesh, like Krish and other 2 or 3 things, and Doraemon and all these things. But we have a children television in Bangladesh, but their content is not for the everyone. I have no idea how they run their show, but recently, last 6 months, we saw them that they are repeating the content again and again. But the content is not for the children. The content for the, I think, is very for 3 to 5 years kids. And these cartoons are really unknown cartoons all over the world. I don't know where to show it, but they are showing the cartoon is not very popular. And we never seen yet Tom and Jerry in Bangladesh television, in any television channels in Bangladesh. And at the same time, media literacy, yes, you pointed out the right point. The media literacy is very important in our country as well, because in schools, we have changed the curriculum. From next 2023, they will start a new curriculum, in fact. So we are hoping that there will be a project for the children. They will they are working on it. And at the same time, they have splitted the numbers, 100 numbers into two baskets. One is for especially for the books, from the books, 50 marks, and another 50 marks will be from the projects. Like they will learn coding, they will learn animation, they will learn some games making and other thing, and etc. And tree plantation and all these things. So everything is going very slow. But all over the world, it is, if you see the whole scenario, you know better than me, because you travel around the world. So you know better than me that children are very vulnerable, not only in this pandemic. At the same time, we saw in many different countries, in many different scenarios, it is the same. Nobody is listening to children. It is very, 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 very shocking. And I think that our subcontinent in Asia and in South Asia, in Asia, all are doing a lot of things, but all are doing not for the children, for themselves, to the children. That is the challenge. As you have been working in this field for a long time. I saw your dedication, I saw your honesty, I saw your hard work. And I saw many people in prisons, in cafes, and everybody is trying hard to do something for the children content, and everybody is talking about the content, new content, and nobody showing the new content in any places. Like there is no common platform where we can put all the children content in one place where everybody can see. For last 10 years, 10 to 12 years or 15 years, I never seen anybody who create apps for the children. So there is ample of opportunities are waiting, and children are really very vulnerable nowadays in pandemic. In fact, they are bored. They don't like to listen to anyone. They want to go out from home, and they want to do something. In fact, they want to busy every time. But where is the elements? Where is the tools? That is the challenge. I think our elders should come up with some new ideas with cool head, so that they can control the children and they can talk to them, and they can listen to them as well. So that I hope the children will be patient. Yeah, okay, fine, somebody is listening us. And I found a research in Canada, and I found that there is a lot of children who are involved with this research. So it was for the 10 to 17 years old children, and 71% children, they told that they are bored, and the 33% they are thinking that they are alone. There is nobody to talk to them, there is nobody to help them, and the elders are showing anger to them, and they are not showing them any hope. And in another another places, they are finding that their children's parents are not ready to leave children alone. So parents always wants children's around them and all these things. So things are really getting very, very vulnerable, and we need to do something for the children. There should be a platform, there should be entertainment, there should be a learning process, and children are spending time with the screens. So you have nothing to do, in fact, because in home, you won't be able to give them any football, any cricket, any basketball or anything so that they can play. How long they will play with the mobile phone, and how long they will watch the television. So yesterday I found David Clement has unveiled a book, and they wrote so many things in that book, though it is a PDF. But I found a lot of things is talking about, they are talking about the social media, they are talking about the children's issues and all this research. But I never found anything that where is the platform, where we want to act, where is the platform? And I'm requesting you, Firdoze, that I think that you are the leader in this sector, one of the most popular leader, in fact. So can you do something for the children? You know, everybody is working hard, everybody is doing in their end, but there should be a platform, there should be a place where we can put the all our contents, where we can share each other ideas, so we can grow together, so that we can grow big. And all over the world, we are not talking with the policymakers as well. In India, there is a huge cinema market, in Hollywood, in China, and in many places. Yesterday, somebody was talking about the Norway content. So I think that there should be a policy where we can put our advice, suggestions, our ideas, that this can be the children content. India making cinema in every year above 100, and Hollywood is making more than that, I think. But children content is very poor, very poor. We won't be able to see any children content and see the vulnerability that Superman, that Iron Man, that all mans are doing. Always doing destructive thing in fact. So there can be anything, something like that, any creative something, so that children can be attracted to see the film. Daddy, let's go to cinema and we want to see this film. So I think there is a huge gap. We are getting day by day, the gap is longer. So I hope in this culture, before pandemic and after pandemic you have to add up a lot of things. So it's a culture, one culture to shifting another culture. So this is very important. Without culture, we are nobody, right? So we need a good culture. We need a children's culture. We need to talk to children. We need to hear from them. We let them talk, raise their voice, and all these things. And you people are there. I hope there will be some solutions coming up in very near future. Over to you, Firdoze.
Thank you. I think you have said so many important things, and these are really what we are looking at and have been looking at, as you said, for decades. I mean, I think when you say 1999 was probably when we all met, by 98 or 2000 in Pre-Jeunesse, where we were really looking at how do we place children first. You know, we have the Africa Charter on Children's Broadcasting that says children should hear, see, and express themselves, their languages, and their life's experiences through the electronic media that reaffirms their sense of self, community, and place. And basically what we're saying is that all of our children need to be placed on that equal footing. You know, we look at films from Scandinavia for children, and we know they focus on children and they give them the best. And sometimes when we would sit at Pre-Jeunesse and I'd hear the budget, you know, some of the budgets for a film is probably the whole budget for a department in South Africa. And you wonder, you know, wow, how can they place so much money, so much emphasis? But as you say, because they believe that children are important now, not in the future, not tomorrow, but now. And I think this is what we need to consider, particularly for Africa, Asia, Latin America, you know, the South-South dialogues, the South-South connections. How do we take, because Asia is huge. And if we came together and networked and put a budget, you know, some kind of fund where we say together we produce something. Because if we look at what Carmen has shown us, you know, just sitting in Spain, what is possible, even taking back historical content and reworking it. There's historical content that comes out of Asia. You know, there's some beautiful stories there. I remember being in China not very long ago at the China Film Festival for Children, and everybody was all excited about Harry Potter. And I had to say to the Chinese, but you have your own stories. You have your own folktales. You have a history that goes way beyond Harry Potter. And that shift didn't happen. They didn't think about it because Harry Potter is the big thing in the media, but it's from Western media. So where's your media? What are you telling? Where's your story? And I think this is the challenge for us, even at CTFB, that culturally we are so rich, we are so dynamic. There is so much that we can share just where we are, but we seem to want to open this window into another world that is not necessarily close to ours or to our children, and we think that is the better way. So what the new media is doing and what technology is doing is it's making that world even smaller. So now our children are watching Harry Potter and they're not watching our content. And we can't produce our content because we don't put budgets, we don't put money into our content. In Scandinavia, for example, in Norway, Sweden, Denmark, they put a budget towards children's films. And from the cinema, from the tickets that they sell, they take 25% of that money to create a children's film fund. I've been trying to tell that to South Africa since, I don't know, 1994, 27 years, and they haven't done it. So it's a long process, I think, from our parts of the world where we still say children should be seen and not heard. Where, as you said, Fahmid, we need to give them their voice. We need to give them the platform. We need to allow them to speak because they have solutions too. And we need to listen to what those solutions might be. So thank you so much. I think what you shared is so rich. There's so much to think about. And hopefully out of this, Praveen, you know, with culture cinema as well, is that we look at how do we bring together the ideas that come out of these conversations. How do we harvest it? Where do we take it? What do we do with it? How do we say there's best practice that Carmen has shown us? And how do we say, okay, Carmen, this package that you have, can we also send it to South Africa, to Bangladesh, to India? So we start to connect the dots, because it's up to us, really. Nobody else will do it for us. Archana, I want to welcome you. And I want to thank you because you are doing quite amazing work as an independent, and that you also weave into different spaces, from theater to film to media to performance. And I really appreciate what you are doing. And I thank you really for your support to the Nelson Mandela Children's Film Festival since its inception. And you are currently helping us now with the young people with their pitching. So that's another way. People send we encouraging young people to send us scripts, to send us treatment. I've connected them with international people like Archana, Layali, other people, to help them to think about their stories, so that you're thinking about a story on a global space, not just in a South Africa, little small world. So I thank you for that, Archana, and please welcome. Tell us about your work. Tell us what you're doing at this crisis in the pandemic. And how do we together build better for our children? Welcome.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. And thank you, Praveenji. Thank you. I would like to just connect that the thought that is going in my mind. I would like to share it with you is like Shantonu sir said, I have been running one program wherein I have been trying to, it has been successful program for schools. In schools, what I do is I have a 10 days curriculum of a theatre course, but it's a during the theatre course, children learn theatre, different aspects of theatre. But the main motive of my entire curriculum is to connect with kids, connect them with each other, make them aware of their problems, not in the bold and what you call large pattern of it, but I tackle their psychological problems through theatre. And by the end of the course, they come up with their own ideas without knowing that, this is the problem I was facing, okay? And I make parents understand that though I'm teaching them theatre, my hidden motive is to connect them with the parents. Because today, that's the biggest issue. And I've been doing this since 1991. And now it is foolproof program. And parents have realized that it is not just the pandemic, because today pandemic has created a major issue. But we have been facing this, being from Mumbai, we have been facing this from the ages. And so I had designed this program, and I have been pursuing schools. Schools have realized that. And by the end of the course, they come up with their own skits. They direct it and they put their point across to the teachers and their parents. And we all get amazed to see how sensitive they are and how they look towards these problems. We tend to overlook that. We believe that we have problems and children are just they don't understand. No, they try to tackle the issues in their own way, and being vulnerable, it is our duty to make them understand that we are there. We are strong enough to understand their perspective and help them out. And that is what the whole program was. I would like you to share my PPT with you, and I'll give you some glimpses of what I have been doing through the PPT, so that I can put things in 5 minutes and give the entire experience. Can I get that share icon, share screen icon?
You can share. It should be on at the bottom of your computer.
1 minute. I'm just trying to see it.
The green color button you will see.
Yeah.
Green arrow near chat.
Near chat. 1 minute. Okay. No, I can't see that. 1 minute, 1 minute. Yeah, I got it. I'm trying.
I just add with Archana, there is a very good result when children are learning this theater, cinema, and camera work. Definitely, they have changed their result as well.
Yeah.
I saw it in 1 Minute Junior 5 days workshop in many places in Bangladesh. I saw the most of the children did very well in their next exam. Thank you.
Can you see? I can't understand if.
It's a blank page. I think we're seeing you drawing something. You have to share the.
Can you see my screen?
Yeah, we can see.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can see.
Okay.
White screen on.
I'll just elaborate my screen because I'm not. Yeah. Okay. So this is the company that I've been running since 91, Birds of Heaven, under which I run different courses for especially. Pardon?
It's blank. It's. I think you have shared the wrong screen.
Okay.
So you can stop the screen share from the top and then reshare the screen. Choose the right window. Keep the presentation open.
Okay. Can't do that. Just a second.
If you can stop the share once and reshare it.
Pardon?
You can stop screen sharing.
Okay.
Because it's some image file open right now.
Yeah.
So you close all the files, keep that file you want to show open, and then share the screen. When sharing the screen, it will show you 2-3 screens. So you click on the one that you want to share.
Can you see?
No, it's the same thing.
Oh God, I don't know how to do that then.
Okay.
See, I've been clicking that option, but
see, let me try once again. Let me try if remotely if something is possible. 1 second. Just now, 1 second. Just if you click it, you will see what 2-3 screens. So the presentation that you want to make, keep that file open.
Yeah, it is open on my screen.
When you say share screen, then you will see 2-3 screens. So small windows will be seen. So in one of the small windows will show the picture of your current presentation. So you double click that picture.
I can't.
No, it's the same thing.
No.
It's the wrong file actually. I think some other file is open.
Because when I click share, what I'm getting is select the window application that you want to share.
Correct.
Yeah.
Then it shows you the 2-3 windows, right?
Yeah. No. It is showing just one window with a pen. That is all.
No, then your file may not be open. Is your PowerPoint presentation open?
Yeah, it is on. It is there.
Maybe what you can do is you can just read. I think that should be better.
I guess I'll do that.
Should be okay. Don't worry.
I'll do that. I guess that is the better option. Okay. So, Birds of Heaven is the name of my company that I've been running since 1991, under which I have been running programs of film writing, film analysis, then script writing. As Firdoze was rightly saying right now that there is no awareness of how to write a script. Likewise, I have been telling even professional companies. I doctor films, so I have to make them understand that there are two kinds of films. When I say children films, there are some films, those who are for children, and the other one is about children. But people are not aware of it, and they just, if there is a child, they consider it as a children film. And we have faced in India, we have faced a major issue because of this since last 15 years. So now I have got examples to, when I give lectures, I give examples of the films. I will not name them right now. It will not be good because it's a global platform. But the professional films that we have been, successful professional films that has created a major chaos in children's world. And that's how I can convince them now. Because psychologists have come up and they have shouted and they have made filmmakers aware of it. So there is a little bit of awareness right now. We are trying to make them more aware of it, and hopefully it will be in the practice soon. And I'm sure Pravinji and all our CFEJ members are doing their bit and the best. So we are having a good future in their hands. Likewise, I also am a creative director for children films. I doctor scripts, and through the films, I try to tackle psychological problems, social problems. Through my scripts, I make sure that while writing a comedy film or a horror film, I have to give some other message. The same way, last 2 years back, I had doctored a film called Lapachapi, which was horror movie. And I ended up it with giving them the tinge of a social awareness program by introducing female infanticide, which is a major issue in Rajasthan and some parts of north of India. So that was a milestone, and now it has achieved many awards, and now it has been reshoot in 3 different languages in India itself. Secondly, the programs, I am connected to University of Mumbai, other institutes of education, and I'm helping them to understand how to make children aware of the films and what is the language of films. So nowadays, children are well versed with media, but they don't know how to select what is good for them. So with CFEJ last year, with the help of and under guidance of Professor Dragan, we had introduced film in school, through which the same way I teach theater to teachers, I requested him to train teachers. And we train teachers to make them understand how to understand the context of the films. And that is how if they are being empowered with this vision, they will definitely share the vision with the students, and the job will be done much more easily. Our responsibility is being shared by teachers as well. And I'm trying my level best to do these programs in more states, like Mumbai, we have done it, and hopefully I'll be able to do it. Secondly, in the pandemic, I was connected to UNICEF, and I was with them for almost 8 months, and I wrote and directed radio programs through which we were addressing pandemic, of course, the do's and don'ts of pandemics, at the same time, health issues of women and children. After pandemic, we have, during the pandemic, we have our own company called Dream Castle, through which we direct films, we produce films, one of which was based on cultural issues in India, as well as, as we all know, there are prejudices about religions. And we, being very versatile country, we are proud of it. But there are some hitches that I tried to address through this film called Kulsum, which was showcased in Cannes in May 2018, and which was the main core subject was of the film was to make people aware of being more open and accept the diversity of culture. At the same time, make them understand that women are free to decide what they want and how they want to dress. So this is what the subject of my film Kulsum, which has won many awards. Then there was one film that I wrote, directed and acted, was Tittle Tattle, through which it was a subtle comedy, and again it was connected to culture, like Indian culture, the Me Too movement, how Me Too movement can affect senior citizens of India, those who are naive and those who are gentlemen, and it was a subtle comedy on a serious subject. Now, I'll like to take you to the next slide of mine. As we all know that the relationship between movies and culture involves complicated dynamic. As a filmmaker, I believe that one must be interpreter of arts as well as culture. One should be able to shift examination constantly between objective of the context of a film as well as subjective experiences it offers, which is very important, because many times I've seen people shooting something without giving importance to the subjective experience it is offering. So I make sure that the awareness of this particular point has to be addressed and spread. Second, there was a beautiful photo that I could get. There was a skeleton. I'm just trying to explain what slide is. There is a skeleton in my university. It was a ceramic skeleton, which was just made for some exhibition. And one of my colleagues' daughter had come there, and she was absolutely naive, and she didn't know what exactly it is. So she thought it is a toy. And she sat in the beside the skeleton and started talking to it. So I had taken few pictures of it. She is sitting in the chair with a skeleton. It's a human-sized skeleton, and it made me think that this is what it is. You know, children are absolutely innocent and they don't understand what they're playing with and what is the future they are going to have. So that skeleton was a metaphor of future we are going to give them, and it is our responsibility to give them better future. And I guess as a creative person, as a theater person, as a writer and filmmaker, that is the biggest task that we have to do, because this pandemic has created more problems for children than we elders, you know. So I wanted to focus on that more in the coming years. And I feel that if I have to do that, there is only one option we all have, is connecting with children. And how to connect with children is the festivals, children festivals like Praveen ji is doing, cultural cinema, RC Page, and Vinod Ganatra ji. All these seniors have been doing this wonderful job since so many years. And I'm very glad to be part of it. And I'm sure that our efforts will be fruitful in future. Secondly, what I always thought was diversity is the essence of our life. We as creative people, we have to come together and create this bond of love and trust through these festivals. And we can bring synergy and peace by connecting with each other, connecting throughout across the globe. I'm very sure that we can bring synergy and peace through films and make the world a better place and create a better future for our younger generation. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Archana. We actually had a question that said, cinema is a strong medium for cultural exchange. It helps to learn different cultures of our globe. What is your suggestion to a filmmaker to make films for children about this cultural subject? Please give your suggestion. And in a way, you've just answered that, Archana. Fahmid, I don't know if you want to look at that question and maybe respond to it, and Carmen. So we can...
See, yes. I would like to share one. I totally agree with you, Firdoze. And I was working on this since last 6-7 years, and I could not point out how to do that. Then fortunately, I've come up with a very beautiful concept, which I have written it down into a children film. And I feel that that's the only way we can approach to these problems. And we can plateau this, we can express our positive attitudes through films and scripts. And specifically, I guess, because films is a medium where it directly penetrates through heart and soul, I think it will give us the shortest and the fastest way to deal with such situations. That's what I think so. And yes, I'm planning to share those concepts with you and other filmmakers, so that if you feel that it can be done in South Africa or anywhere, we will be free to, proceed it, take it forward, progressive.
My point of view is, if it is a cultural film, he was asking about the cultural subject. Cultural subject do not comes from the any super soul. So you have to learn it. Firstly, you have to read. There is no option. What is culture? How culture work? You have to read first. And secondly, is my point of view is just throw a competition for the children. They will make it by their own, and they knows how to do it. Don't try to push them that this is the guideline, this is the criteria. No, nothing. Just throw a award with, let them play their own ball, so that they will make a film. It may be 5 minutes, it may be 10 minutes, it may be half an hour, or any duration. It can be 1 minute as well. But the thing is that I think if there is opportunity for the children, they will grab it like anything. So they will give you the cultural know-how, they will give you the cultural subjects, they will give you the cultural film as well. So in schools, in colleges, in universities as well, for the young generation. So you tie up everyone. So you will get huge response from the people around us.
Firdoze, yeah, sir has put very perfect point. But at the same time, I now last few years I have been trying to make my students understand that yes, we have different religions across the globe, and each religion has plenty of streams of cultures and norms and whatever. What I felt was that we have to make them understand that culture is a way of the way you lead your life. And will it be possible for us to make them believe that before becoming Sikh, Muslim, Hindu, Christian, or anybody, any other Jew, can you become human first? And can we create a culture that can we proudly say that it's a culture of humans? So that is what I'm trying to build in. And of course, as sir rightly said, we need to throw competitions. But at the same time, while throwing these competitions, we have to give them this insight and this kind of what do you call it? We have to nurture them to think out of the box and come out of their shells. As they respect their culture, as they are proud of their culture, they should be open to accept the other culture. Like I always tell my students that yes, I'm proud Hindu or Christian or Muslim. I'm proud to be whatever I am, but I should not say that. How can I show my pride? That by disrespecting the other culture or the religion? So no. So if I'm proud of my culture, I have to be proud of others as well. Then only I can be a true human being and true, what you call it, good soul in this nature, and I can bring peace. And that is more important. So I feel the way sir said, if we have to start nurturing, if we have to start giving them information about cultures, we should start giving them information of a culture of all the cultures together, and make them understand that see, all the cultures and all the diversity has its own strength. So with that, if they understand that yes, from that diversity we are going to be open and we are going to absorb best of best without being selfish. Acceptance is the beauty of, and synergy is the beauty of life.
Thanks. Thank you, Archana. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, I agree with you, Archana and Fahmidul. We are all doing our best from our corner.
Yes.
So what I would like to do is to exchange, as Fahmid said, books, cultural books to understand other cultures. It's difficult, but the language must be books translated in English. But if you have any suggestion for children to understand better different cultures, it will be very nice. Also, I think it's very important in this new era we are, is the care of each other. And then women, in that we are very good in care from family to other, to neighbors, everything. So we have to look at the equality for human beings, not only women or not only men. So if you know some stories, all stories in your countries, please share, because it's very important for the children here. I try to show them any kind of culture, religion, everything, and to be open. But with your help, much better. I mean, if you have any suggestion, books for children, I'm very grateful.
Thank you, Carmen. As we discussed this, I remember all of you would know Cinekid, which happens in Amsterdam. And I remember being invited to a session because they just introduced at the time, it was in Dutch language, kinder and clear. So it was children and color, but it had to do with race. And the thing was about children in front of the camera, who is in front of the camera, who is behind the camera. Because as much as you might want to have diversity in front of the camera, if the crew behind the camera doesn't respect diversity, that is also a problem, because how angle, how they do it. So I remember as I was presenting this idea, and I also like, Fahmid, when you talk about news for children, similar idea, and the Dutch do very well in that space, people like Jan Willem, etc. But how do we allow children's voices? How do we make sure that it is from the child's point of view? So when we say culture, where does it come from? The norms come from home. It's not somewhere picked up anywhere, it's from home. So if we have not dealt with even the parents and their prejudice and their way of thinking, because they impart it onto our children. So when I was presenting at Cinekid, you know, there was this whole big group of mainly Dutch people sitting there. And I kind of said, you know, close your eyes, think about your grandmother's kitchen, think about the smell, the texture, etc. You know, people were transported to another world. And then I said to them, for me in South Africa, when I close my eyes and I think of the horror of apartheid, that's what comes to my world. So it's also where we sit. Are we in a refugee camp? Are we in a beautiful home? Do we have trauma? Don't we have? It's all of these. And I think what we are saying is that we want all our children to experience a good childhood. We want them all to have the happiness of what it could be to feel loved, to feel protected, to feel cared for, to have food, to have shelter. Sometimes these are not our realities and not the realities of all of our children. So when you bring out a specific culture from somewhere else, unless you have allowed your own children to feel comfortable and supportive and enjoy their own culture, it's very hard to say, look at that other culture, because you first want to be able to imbibe some kind of positivity in your own children. And I think this is what CTFB does for us, isn't it? It brings us together, we get to know each other, we respect each other, we respect the culture, and we therefore can share it from that point of view with a lot of strength that we see. Vinod, I see that you've joined us, and I know that you're not a panelist, but you are really one of our senior people. You are really one of the anchors of CTFB. I would like to say hello to you and to thank you for the work you do, and especially your films that have traveled, because you talk about the cross-cultural, across the borders. Your film so much about Pakistan, India, which won awards everywhere. Would you like to say something, Vinod?
Before he says, let me tell you, he is also on our jury for the current festival.
Oh, well done. I'm happy that you have him. Yes, Vinodji, please talk to us.
So this is very important, and this culture concept is also very important. Culture, we have to think about our own way of thinking. But at the same time, we should be ready to learn about other cultures. Unless we do that, there is no point in having my own culture. Unless I know about your culture, unless I'm ready to accept that. So that kind of boundaries, in fact, the problem with our world today is the boundaries. Boundaries are, and that is what my main topic about India, Pakistan, what films I made. And I don't want children to get into the borders kind of thing. Culture, your culture, my culture, if we mix them, and in fact, this is a human culture. Human culture is more important than our religious culture. So we have to get into that kind of level where children will accept it. The children are more vulnerable to the things around them, but at the same time, if they don't like, they will say, I don't like. And that is what is very important about cultures. And that, then things are very smooth in this world. I think very important aspect is a culture, about knowing somebody else's culture and then telling my culture is very important. In fact, Firdoze, I never had any cultural dialogue with you, but I learned so many things from you, Faith, and other friends. So this is what it is. We don't think about others. I don't impose my culture with you. And we then also, we know about your culture, you never know about my culture. If we are open about all these things, there is no problem in this world. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for bringing me in. Thank you very much. I'm very happy to be here.
Thank you so much,
Thank
sir.
you, sir. Thank you, sir.
So in closing, we have about 5 or 6 minutes. I would like to come back to the panelists and just what are your closing thoughts? Our topic was stronger together. How do we build better post the pandemic? How can we actualize? How can we make it real for children in terms of the stronger together? And I thank you because you each have given us so much to think about. But I think in closing, it is also for us to consider what we can do, whether we do it together, whether we do it with culture cinema, whether we do it as CTFB. But I think there's a general opportunity for us to work together and consider what that might be. So I'm going to start with you, Carmen. What does it mean, stronger together, and how do we build better?
Well, first, I don't feel alone with all of you around. So in that way, CTFB is doing a good job. It's true that sometimes we are very busy. We are only looking at our own work, and it's difficult to go out in this time. But I'm grateful because I'm learning a lot with these discussions. And well, I can share what I have. I can share with anyone. It's difficult to meet each other personally in life. We don't know if we'll be happy, will be possible soon or not. But things are like that, so we have to adapt. And then I will share whatever I have. I will share if you want. And then thank you for having me here and having you there. Thank you.
Archana? Archana, you're on mute here.
Hi, thank you, Firdoze. Um, Together, I definitely feel more stronger and make others feel more stronger. And together only we can make human culture. I can't make it alone. And I have to give this confidence to others. By giving confidence to each other, we can stand in not one pandemic, we can stand forever. That is what it is. And being creative, we are blessed to be creative. So we can do the needful, being together across the globe, and we are there for each other whenever and whichever time they need us for each other.
Thank you, Archana. Fahmid?
I have a lot of things to tell you because I am always thinking about the platform. I need a common platform so that I can see Archana's film, I can see your films, I can see Carmen films, Binod Saabka films. So I want to see the all over the world, all the children are putting their films, their contents, their storytelling, and all these things. So there should be a platform where we can see everything. And another thing I would like to mention that there is many people are here, and including you, Firdoze, because you are a very powerful man. So at the same time, I would like to request you, let's work on with Disney, with Sony Entertainment, with Fox Entertainment. These big guys are spending money, but let's work with them so that they can spend money for the children as well, because this is the right time to invest money for the children. It is not for the film, not for the culture, it is not for the food, not for the health, but we need to invest money for the children in schools, in their mental health, in their nutrition, in their culture, in their filmmaking, in their storytelling, whatever the subject is. But we have to put money for the children by by without anything thinking. So one can be a platform, a common platform for the children where everybody can see the others' work as well, other ideas and all these things. And second thing is bring up the Toyota company or Ford or some other people, those who are the mighty millionaire, or we can work with the Microsoft as well or Facebook as well. So we can create something so that like budget constraint, Firdoze is not doing anything. For the budget, Carmen cannot do or fulfill her dreams as well. Or for the budget, we cannot do a lot of things. So let's work on it that there should be a producer group who can help us to develop children content or children ideas and all these things. And other thing is there is in your film festival, Nelson Mandela Film Festival, it would be great if it is become international. Like every country can produce a film festival like Nelson Mandela Children Film Festival. And in this film festival, can you introduce children's storytelling part so that children can video by their own and tell the story for 5 minutes in mobile phone, in camera, or by any chance, so that children can tell their stories from different part of the world so that everybody can participate. So this can be happen, or we can introduce like 1 minute junior. Like I want to give lot of activities for the children so that children can participate, children can talk, children can raise their voices. So like Carmen told that she can exchange her contribution, like her books and all these things. I think Firdoze has a lot of things to share. Like I'm amused that when we met in Malaysia, the AIBD, you introduced I am. So this project can be a huge project right now. I am what I am. So what you are doing at home, right? What you are reading. So these are the things we can exchange the culture in that way. So these are the product like school. Our Dragon has introduced that film in school. So this is can be another one. So So I don't want to teach children what is culture, what is religion, what is this and that. I want to give them the task, do it and tell your story. And we elder can, one thing we can do, like this kind of session can be done in regular basis, so that we can talk about the film that children has made from the Norwegian countries, from the Denmark, from the South Africa, Canada, or any other places, and we can discuss with that. What is the new thing comes up, or what is the children are thinking in that film, because the film is made by children. So 1 minute junior or other thing, this can be introduced I think you have good contacts with the Netherlands people. They have a lot of things like Kids News Network, as you said, Cine Kids, 1 minute junior. They have a lot of activities over there. So can we do something in a common platform, or CFS can take the initiative to make things move forward? I need to grow together. We would like to see all people are talking about the children problems, and we are trying to solve the problems. We should be there for any children. You see, we do not have any strength to remove the poverty. So United Nations are there, all the big shots are there. They are trying to remove this. But what we can do, we can contribute to the children. So that we can grow big, we can be together, and we can see your all nice faces every time, every year, so that we have film festival, we have activities, we have online activities, and Praveen, I am requesting you, do something for us as well. Thank you very much, everyone. Thanks for question sharing.
Sorry, Firdoze is a good connection for all of us. She's always putting us together. So
just to add for Shantonu, we have a big children's film festival also. It's called Kids Cinema. So we did last year first edition, and of course next few weeks we'll start work on that. So November is when we'll celebrate that Kids Cinema, and CFH being a organization for children, we will like to have good support from all of you members as much as possible. So we'll discuss those things in the coming weeks.
But my request will be, don't clash with Nelson Mandela Film Festival. Don't clash with Greece. We have another animation film festival. So please try to accommodate so that we can participate.
Ours is very aligned with the UNESCO goals and all that. So there's a Universal Children's Day on 20th of November, and that's around that we will keep. We also have a Children's Day in India, 14th November. So that's when we will keep whatever we want to do, either from 14th to 20th or 20th onwards, or whichever way, depending upon the logistically what works. Hopefully by then things will be opened up for us also, and most likely we should be able to do something on ground and not just online. Let us see how it shapes up.
Thank you, Praveen. So I would like to thank everybody, and in closing, probably to remind us, I think the 1 Minute Junior is a project under UNICEF that went on for many, many years. Maybe to revise it, revive it, bring it back. The series I Am, which we did in partnership with the AIBD, which is the Asia Institute of Broadcasting, we used it as an opportunity, Fahmid, actually to train people who are producing for children. So exactly what you're saying, instead of the producer saying, oh, I will tell the big story, really let the children tell you what that story is. And to support the children's story, we brought in producers who said that they were interested in children's films. And that was the project there. And I think we trained about 50 independent producers on that series. And it is, you are right, that we need to take back what works and see how we share it in other communities, in other regions of the world. And I would be really very happy if any of you want to choose to do the Nelson Mandela Children's Film Festival. Maybe, Praveen, you could even add it to your festival. So within your festival, you have a section that is the Nelson Mandela Children's Film Festival. And then we share what we have and we pass it on. We can pass on the films, we can pass on whatever the workshops might be, things that would come out of there. So in In closing, I want to thank you. I think this was a very rich conversation. Thank you, Praveen. We wish you luck with the rest of your conference. Thank you, Carmen. Thank you, Fahmid. Thank you, Archana. Thank you to the guests who have been with us. Thank you to Uncle Vinod as our very, very senior person. We respect you. We thank you. And I want to say goodbye, everybody, and Eid Mubarak for those people who are celebrating.